wizard.
Hi, I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, and today I wanted to talk to you about brighteners in a little more detail. Now, we've done other brightener videos. We've showed brightener both in just specific videos or as part of a demonstration using different products and so forth. So you've seen it used in other videos that we've done. But we get specific questions asked about a brightener, and one of the specific ones is, do you rinse it off or do you leave it on when you're done? And that is a question that a lot of people get hung up on when they're doing exterior wood restoration, what to do with the brightener. So a couple things with the brightener. If we're using oxalic acid based brighteners, those are quick acting, okay? So you don't need a long dwell time, 5-10 minutes, and you can pretty much see what's going on. It really brightens up the wood, reacts with the tannins, gets the wood back to its natural tone, gets rid of iron and metal stains, opens up the pores of the wood. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to use the oxalic acid type brighteners. So we put it on, and then what do? Do we rinse it off? Do we not? What is the dwell time? Dwell time with oxalic acid brighteners, pretty quick. So you could literally, 10 minutes, whatever, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're cleaning up, you're putting things back in your van or your truck, and you're getting ready to go, and then you come back and you take a look at it. Okay, it's good, everything's good, you're happy, way to go. You can rinse it all off. What happens if you're using something different? Say citric acid. Citric acid is longer, it takes longer to work, and while we're using citric acid, it's environmentally friendly. People say, well, why would you use it? It doesn't get rid of iron and metal stains, but it is environmentally friendly. And sometimes you get a blend of acids where we're using oxalic, citric acid, other acids all together. But citric acid takes longer, so it's a longer dwell time. You literally could go and put it on now and come back tomorrow after you're cleaned up, ready to go. When I'm done the job, I'm ready to go. Last thing we're doing is putting on the brightener. You could come back and you'll see how much brighter that got. So again, what are we going to do? Are we going to rinse it off or do we not? Well, if we rinse it off and it's still working, that kind of defeats the purpose. It does take longer when it's citric acid. Phosphoric acid is sometimes used as well. That's also quicker acting. When we have quicker acting products, it makes it easier in the decision of do we rinse or we don't rinse. But let's really get into the nuts and bolts of it, okay? So what happens is, if you were to talk to people from the Forest Products Lab or people, in the know, they will tell you that the rule of thumb is any chemicals you put on the wood or any products, you rinse those off. You want a neutral surface and you're rinsing everything off. Okay, so that's kind of the one rule of thumb that you hear from one side of it. Always rinse the chemicals, don't leave chemicals on the wood. However, if you've ever talked to scientists from the major manufacturers to a T, and I've consulted for them, they will all tell you the same thing is, I've never had anybody say anything different. The scientists will say, once you have an alkaline and you put on the acid, the surface is neutral. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to rinse off the brightener. It's already neutral. So it's kind of like the chicken or the egg thing. Do you rinse or do you not rinse? Let's talk about Trex for a minute. Trex had Clean as a product to clean composite decking, and they told you at one point to put on the brightener and leave it. And literally, you could leave it on and come back the next day, and it really did look better as it neutralized the tannin stains, some of the black marks that were in the composite. So there's been a lot of in the industry where we've been instructed that the surface is neutral, that once you've applied the brightener to an alkaline, that it's a neutral surface and you're good. However, if you're one of those people that just wants to rinse it off, there's nothing wrong with rinsing it off. You can't go wrong rinsing it off. But just make sure you have the proper dwell time. You make sure that the wood has reacted the way it should. It's brightened up and it looks the way you want it to look, so that when it dries, you'll be ready to stain or seal it. So again, it's one of those, it's the chicken or the egg part of our industry. Do you rinse the brightener off or don't you? I've given you the facts. I'll let you decide which way you want to go. I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood. Thank you for watching the video. We'll check out some more. Thank you.